That's right, family. We black again. Black power. Black power is the truth hour with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. That's right, family. Is going down tomorrow. Creatures from the caucus. End game prophecy fulfillment. Most definitely gonna be fire. You should be front row and center. The link is right there in the video description. You should click that link and begin to think. You see, don't you dare miss it. Don't hesitate to elevate. And so again, the link is in the video description, in the video, in the chat. Okay, family. Ring the alarm. Matter of fact, let's deal with the fact that we got a powerful, powerful page right here. We are excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. You see, a dynamic page. And so we're accepting membership. If you click to join a link that's in the video description in the chat, you'll get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what they entail. If you like one, you should join. If not, we still appreciate you over here. Sarasun Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to grow. That's right. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies. At this time, we got 25% off selected items. You should run and check us out. Get you something nice, get you a discount at the same time. We got the African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, accessories for every home decor, accessories for every room in the house. Check us out, kingseti.com. That's right. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, Seti University. Over 1,000 videos on African history, heritage, spirituality, nation building, mental warfare, advanced African academics, developing the Black nation one lesson at a time. We got all the subjects that you know and love from General Seti. We got Olmec Voyages of the Nile, when Egypt ruled the earth, God deception, the Black woman is God, video library and catalog. We also have holiday Holocaust, making of a nigga. Man, we got the creatures from the caucus. We got so much, you understand, behind the scenes. And I got a treasure trove of hidden videos that I haven't, a lot of people haven't seen. And so I'm most definitely putting that up too. And so just go over there and take a look. It's the Black Netflix. Have you binging on Black Power? You cannot lose with generalseti.com, Seti University. Seti keep it popping on Patreon. BPC making noise. We never come. Exclusive live streams. Too hot to handle on YouTube, but just so exquisite. I keep it for my family on Patreon. We got a lot of hot titles. Hot German Egyptologists use Viking cultures to interpret the Medunetta, Egyptian Medunetta, are the Viking runes, an evolution of the Egyptian hieroglyphs, how the church steeple and the Islamic minaret was stolen from the ancient Egyptian obelisks, and the lost temples of ancient Egypt in southern India. We got some powerful presentations coming up on Patreon. You should most definitely be in the house to witness those amazing videos. And most definitely make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. You'll be up out of here. Now, let us continue on. The Rosicrucian Museum, Illusions of Ancient Egypt. You see, now we got to get off into the Crucians. We got to get off into all these Masonic orders. You see, thieving off of African people's ancient history. You see, got enough nerve to look at us like they the authors. You see, they ain't confused. And so today we're going to wake them up. If they about to get woke up. We ain't going to have no mercy on them when we wake them up neither. We ain't gonna have no mercy on them. We ain't gonna have no mercy on them. Let's get in here. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, let's go on in here. Let's go straight on in. Straight on in. Bingo. Here we go. And so we here with the Rosicrucians. For some reason, and I'm showing you because this is in parallel to, the cemeteries with all these ancient, Egyptian mausoleums. You see, from all the elite, Illuminati elite, all across the world, all across the world. You see, in all these Masonic cemeteries. And so here we go with the Rosicrucians, who claim that they are some caretakers of ancient Egyptian knowledge. And so as you go off into, this is out here, and where is it? I believe, let me, where is that? Okay. I forget exactly what city is. I don't believe it's. Find out. Look, somebody Google the Rosicrucian Museum. You say Rosicrucian 18th degree. Let's talk. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, 360 degree straight from the Nile. You see what I'm saying? They stopped at 33 and shit. They way off. Yeah, they way off. Yeah. And so 33, that's just 2 degrees above freezing. You see? They're just two degrees above freezing. So here we is, the Egyptian Museum, Research Library, and Planetarium. Did y'all see? Hey, look that up and see what city that was actually in. I know it's in Cali. I know it was in Cali, so look it up for me. San Diego, that's what I thought. Okay, good. All right. And so now, again, when you see, the first thing that I notice every time, when you get with these Cro-Magnon, they're gonna bleach it. You see, ain't nowhere where I went in Egypt did I see the ram, and these are the rams that would have been in front of Karnak, would have been in front of the great temple of Karnak. You see, and it's always reflective of the land. You see, of the sand, and and so it's reflective of the land. And so here you see immediately that they done bleached even the temples. You see, now there are some temples that are had some white covering. That's true. You see what I'm saying? But not all things. You see, they done bleached all melanin. You see, they done bleached all the reflection of the land from the temples and the statues. You see, and so it's almost lifeless. When you bland it out like that, it's almost lifeless, and it's an eeriness to this shit. You see, it's an eeriness to this, as if, should I walk into this place? You see, and so they have a lot of and I'm gonna get, we're gonna get deeper with these Rosicrucians as we move through the night. You see here, they got, now that's I have to look and see what particular temple they trying to reflect there, but you can see the obelisk is most definitely in there. And so, this is like the forerunner of a lot of groups, occult groups, as far as them mimicking, the ancient Egyptian park theme, the park theme. You see what I'm saying? And so, I believe that the Rosicrucians started around the early 1900s, somewhere up in there. You see, and so they deep into the ancient Egyptian regalia, and it costs a couple dollars. It costs a couple dollars to put these. And the crazy thing about it, as we move further through the night, people got to realize that these Rosicrucians got temples all over the world. And many of them are all of them are some of them. I ain't gonna say all of them because I did see some. Have this ancient Egyptian theme. As far as the temples and on the compound and so on and so forth. And so, see what people got to understand before Dr. Ben and before the Dr. Clark, but when we dealing with Egypt and you talking about the historical understanding of Egypt being a black civilization. Most of this shit out here that people talking about as ancient Egypt is occult Egypt. See? Is occult Egypt. They think and that's why if you hear motherfucker go off into Atlantis, get to talking about the emerald tablets and shit, which is nothing but it's allegory. It need to be broken down, but when they get to trying to, that's a cult. And so the majority, if not, 99, 90% until Dr. Ben and them came, with you ain't have no African understanding. All of that shit is a cult. You understand? I don't give a goddamn what group you talk. Either is a cult and biblical, and which ain't too much different. They both a cult. You understand what I'm saying? They're both coming from a non-historical base. You see? And so when you get out here, the Rosicrucian have most definitely, you understand what I'm saying? Replicated ancient Egyptian culture, bleached it, you see, and sold it to the world as if they have some deep knowledge on ancient Egypt. And they ain't nothing but a bunch of tomb robbers, no different than the rest of them goddamn Wallace Budge and Flinders Petrie and so on and so forth. And so now when you see this, I say, you know what? And I'm gonna bring it back to you. I'm gonna show you the groups, niggas. Yeah, that mimic. It ain't nothing wrong with you duplicating your own African culture, but when you use an occult Cro-Magnon organization as the blueprint to do it, I have every right to get on your head, and I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna show you where they got it from. You see, you ain't got the duplicate. When you got the original in Africa, you ain't got to, you go home. You don't try to say, oh, this is the holy. No, it's not the Holy Land, nigga. The Holy Land is in Africa. You see, but ain't nothing wrong with but when you saying, oh, you ain't got to go to Africa, you can go right here. No, you trying to divert. You trying to divert our people from going home. You see, and so when you go into this museum, they have done a lot of, duplications and creating a lot of replicas. And so if you ever want to go to San Diego and you want to go to the Disney, the Disney Museum of Ancient Egypt or the Rosicrucian, then you can do that. You see, if I was there, I would at least go in. It's just to, and I'll clown their ass all the way through. I'll do a whole damn museum. I'll be the caretaker of the day, and I'll go to every damn mural, every statue, and man, I'll rock a hell of a damn presentation. It'll be classic. It'll go down through it. Goddamn, in 2, 4, 5 generations will come, and that shit'll still be classic. They be like, man, put on that General Seti, man. When he went up, then yeah, man, because I set their ass on fire. You see, now you get out here, it seems like they gotta understand it. See, the thing is, it's like they know they always slip up. Because you can see that right there is African. Ain't no way who you think it is. It ain't them, but they always got the bland in there. See, they always got that bland in there. They always gonna make a, this. You ain't never seen no damn white statue in ancient Egypt of no pharaoh. I'm gonna just tell you that. You see, they didn't bleached and when it bleaches like that, it has it lacks sustenance. You see, once you've seen the truth, because black is the most divine color in ancient Egypt. You see, that's divinity, period. And they know that. I got the documentation time, from many Cro-Magnon references where they understand that it means regeneration. It represents the blackness, represent the silk of the Nile of the earth as a regenerative uh, element and force. They know that it's symbolic of resurrection. They know what it means. They know what it means. And so to have the bland and to have the lifeless, you know what I'm saying? White figurines, they in trouble. You see, they in denial. They know that they can never assume the throne of the primordial. The only reason, and they ain't on the throne, they didn't kidnap the throne, but they ain't sitting on it because they can't sit on it. You see what I'm saying? They can't sit on it. You still got to be the Sarah. You got to be the son of the son to sit on the throne so you can play. You understand what I'm saying? But see, Ra gonna check you. You see, we ain't did the necessary thing to reclaim the throne, but every time he think he can sit on the throne, Ra is gonna check him. That's facts. And so that's what, if he don't answer to us, he gonna answer to the All Father. You see? And see, now they confused over here. See, they didn't want to put this Akhenaten up and shit, and they love Akhenaten. They love Akhenaten. You see, a heretic. You see, and that's what he was. That's what he was. He was a heretic king. And he still worshiped the sun now. You understand what I'm saying? But he was out of bounds with a lot of his policies. He was out of bounds with the majority of African people. You see, marrying outside of the royal bloodline, even though she was an African woman, it still proved that she was an African woman. She was not a Caucasian. That's facts. But she still was. He went outside of the royal bloodline. You see, and that was unheard of for someone to have been made the supreme empress and come from somewhere else. Wasn't from the royal bloodline. And so he was shunned. You understand what I'm saying? He was shunned, and because the people began to shun him, you see, he did shut down some lodges, some temples to particular gods, you see, and that even more ostracized his ass. And so he had to totally remove himself from Waset, Thebes. And so he went off and founded some other city, Akhenaten or whatever, Akhenaten, you see, and where he went out there and took his cronies and he removed himself from the voice of the people. He removed himself from government and, those who really knew what was going on outside of Egypt. And when he did that, disconnecting himself from the government and disconnecting himself from those who could, be great advisors to him in foreign policy and even, in national policy. You see, Egypt began to, waver during his rule. You see, he wasn't answering to national policy because he was out there doing what niggas, praying and shit. And, he wasn't a good Pharaoh at all. You see, and I follow in line with my spiritual father, Seti the first, who didn't even put his name on the king's list. He didn't make the king's list of Abydos. You understand what I'm saying? And so that show you right then that how they thought about his ass. You see, even from the times in which he come from. And so this would be the type of individual that they would love. You see, they gonna venerate him, you see, because he's obscure. You see, he's out of line with African traditions. And so they can latch on, even though he still was African. You see, they still in a state of confusion because that ain't no damn Akhenaten. You see, and just because he was, he was ostracized for what it don't mean he wasn't African. He was African, and his family was African. You understand what I'm saying? And so you see here in the Rosicrucian They'll continue on with our lake. They got all these museums, and people talking about Egypt is dead. Egypt is more alive than what a lot of people want to give credit to. I mean, people, I hear these niggas out here talking about Egypt is dead. Egypt is more alive today, as and then majority of these other religions. You see, a lot of people just don't want to see it, but it's highly venerated. And if I showed you all of the buildings around the United States, you understand, with Egypt, with the Egyptian theme, the Masonic thing, it's in everything. You see, it's in everything. This nation, this Western world could not exist without the structure of ancient Egypt. You see, now this is Akhenaten. Now, I don't see how they got this shit right here on the doorway, but inside, see, they didn't trip. You understand what I'm saying? Because they actually made him African. They actually made him African inside the museum. Yes, they did. They made him African, but then when whoever got out here, they tripped up. They fell right on their damn face, you see, and put that Cro-Magnon Neanderthal up there. You see, and so right in front of the temple, you see, you got the Taret, which is the hippopotamus goddess, was the wife of Set. You see, she was a southern deity in the train of the ancient Nubian deities, right there in front of the temple. You see, but this is where they always get caught up with this. You see, you see this shit almost look like a damn with the eyes go white, them demons and shit, their eyes go white. And so, this is where they lose, because they know that's not them, and they know damn well that when they go to Africa, that this is not the spirit that when you look at the sphinxes in Egypt, that it gives off this old demonic energy. You see, this demonic energy. And so the thing is that these Rosicrucian museums is all over the world. You see, and when you get down here and let me get in here. And you see that a lot of these is Rosicrucians. You see, a lot of these is Freemasons that got these mausoleums. You see, David Shaw. You see, or even in Scientology, another one. All these crazy motherfuckers, the Mormons, another one. You see, why is it when you get to the root of most of these organizations out here, Joseph Smith, you see, in the Mormons, they say Joseph Smith found some tablets. You see, I'm tired of these niggas in these tablets and shit, and the holy tablets and all of this shit. They say Joseph Smith was walking through the forest and he found some tablets, and they supposed to be from Abraham, and they was written in what do you say? They say it was written in some type of Egyptian. I say in America now. You see, so when you go to the root of all these motherfuckers, you see why it's like no organization can exist today without a connection to ancient Egypt. Not one. Everyone. And that's the theme across religion. That's the theme across. I don't give a goddamn if it's Judaism. I don't give a goddamn if it's Christianity. I don't give a goddamn if it's Islam, any of the sects. I don't give a goddamn if it's theosophy. You see, all the sects of Christianity, even Islam. Yes, you see, yes, that too. You see, and we're gonna get on the Shriners, in any form of what we call mystics. You see, we're going to get on, where mysticism, and what we call a shrine. You see, where, peoples come from all over to a shrine and venerate, You see, and we'll show that the most ancient shrines in all the world is in Africa, still is, always will be. You see? And so what is that saying to us? Is that we are in the belly, the gut of the beast, imitating death and destruction. We see a reflection of some things that come out of Africa, but it's been bleached of all spirituality. You see, it's a bland version, and we run to sign up. We run to be with them. You see, and we don't have the ingenuity to stand alone. Like from the very beginning, when we brought these ideas to the planet, you see, we have to have courage to stand outside of the oppressor. We don't care what he got, because eventually it's gonna fall. It's falling now. It's falling now. It's only so long that you can endure before the truth pull you up under. It's only so long. You see, and so we have to have confidence that time is on our side, but we must come back to the knowledge of self. And the only validation we need is self. We don't need nobody else validation. You see, once you understand that all masonry starting in Africa, that day should be the last day that you ever need validation from the Western Lodge. If black men and the sisters, if they start their own particular sorority or whatever, if you did it in reflection of the traditions of the Nile, as it was all, it would collapse. They shit would collapse. You see what I'm saying? And the only thing that you could say that they probably had a couple more dollars, but the liveliness, the spirituality, you understand, the in-depth knowledge that will be discussed in a organization will be far beyond anything that these motherfuckers could conceive. You see, the information that we would discuss on that level, going back to in the traditions of the. And that's why they don't even want us to have literature. That's the reason why they don't want us to build in that manner. You see what I'm saying? Because they already know that we will be laying the pathway for our resurrection and rise. They know that once they see that we step outside of having their validation, once we can believe in self, you see, to be the all in all, you see, and we don't need anything from them any longer, they will collapse. Because reality is, we look and we see that, oh, they got the money and they got all, but in reality, that's the matrix, the illusion. They still leaning on us. They leaning on us. You see, they leaning on us, and we letting them lean. We letting them lean because we continue to go back to them. See, it's a trick thing. You see, well, whatever we need, niggas begging and shit instead of taking. You see, you begging, you lean, they leaning on us, but the illusion is they put us in a predicament. You understand what I'm saying? That we can't see our way out of, because the only answer we got is to keep begging from something, or begging for something from them instead of stepping away. Soon as we step away, see, they ain't got nothing else to lean on. You see what I'm saying? So, and then they talk about us begging and shit and niggas, and they don't want us to do nothing for ourselves. They don't, because they know in that day, their time is up. So they talk that shit. You understand what I'm saying? They talk that shit, but they know when that day comes, their time is up. So family, this was the Rosicrucian Museum, Illusions of Ancient Egypt. I heard the brother out there say the 18th degree or whatever. What was it? The 18th? You understand what I'm saying? But we 360. We are of full completion. You understand what I'm saying? Of infinite knowledge and wisdom. You understand what I'm saying? 33 ain't enough. That ain't nothing but 2 degrees above freezing. You understand what I'm saying? That ain't gonna get you nowhere. If you ain't 360 degrees of infinite knowledge, eternal wisdom, then brother, you done fell short. You done fell short. You ain't we the primordials of the planet. We have always symbolized the spirit of African people as being an eternal spirit forevermore, 360 degrees, family. This is General Sarah Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. You better be in the house tomorrow. You better be in the house tomorrow. You better be in the house tomorrow. Click that link and begin to think. Black Power.